We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome everybody to the live podcast. Don't wait to be great. I am your host, Mr. Derek Forston. I appreciate you all being here. Thank y'all so much. You guys have a lot of choices in terms of where you could be on a Monday night, but you chose to be here, and I appreciate that. So my name is Derek Forston. I am known as the ILF guy. I am known as the guy that when you find a property and you don't quite know what to do with it, we teach you how to turn it into a ministry. So we have this thing called independent living facilities. In fact, Forston Consultants, we've trademarked it here. So independent living facilities, and we call them ILFs. That is simply an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. So we're super excited because, again, a lot of people that come to us, they want to start a group home. They want to start an independent living facility. But we will show you guys something that's better than that, which is an ILF, which is an independent living facility where adults, again, are able to live and thrive without the need for staff. No sprinkler systems. You don't have to own the property. I don't have to go and call ACA and DCF and all of these government entities, right, to get permission. As long as you got a heart for people, you love God and you love real estate, this is the absolute place of where you need to be. And we're here every Monday night at 6 p.m. We thrive off of questions. So we hope that you guys have a ton of questions, right? But everything that we're doing here lately, guys, is being driven by our June 21st event. So if you haven't heard about that, guys, you might have been sleeping under a rock. But June 21st and 22nd is our ILF conference. So I want you guys to visit ilfconference.com and look at the dates, right? Go ahead and set your time for you and your family to be there. It's in Orlando, Florida. Again, that's ilfconference.com. Shay and I literally went down there today, guys, just to shoot some footage and kind of look out and check out the area. So you guys will have a ton of that coming to your social media and your emails. But nevertheless, if you ever had a desire to house the homeless, the displaced, military veterans, elderly adults, or women that are escaping domestic violence, right? There's a lot of you all that want to help the women that are trying to get out of that bad relationship and put them in a nice place to live at. This is the place to be because where we teach it at Forston Consultants, this does not require a license. You don't have to own the property. And probably the biggest cheat code to it, we don't need all of those medical people inside of it. So, guys, my background is I was a social worker. I'm not a nurse. I'm not an LPN, and I'm not a CNA. And neither do I pretend to be one here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or Clubhouse. So no matter where you guys are joining us from, we appreciate it. We're also going to bring up a lot of pictures and slides to kind of show you what we're about, how to do it. But again, guys, if you ever imagine of starting something like this, we hope to see you guys June 21st and 22nd. And for the people that will say, Derek, I keep hearing you guys talk about it, but Derek, I'm already booked for something that weekend, but I still want to be involved. No problem. The first step to be involved is to watch our absolute free webinar over at forstonconsultants.com. And that's where we give you guys the basis of what this is. Tonight, we're just going to talk like family, and we're going to talk a lot about how to do it and all of that in the event. But at the webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, it's more in a structured way. So I literally go line by line showing you what this is, how to get into it, and most importantly, you don't need a license. Because if you guys were just like me years ago, I thought I had to have a license to get in something like this. But thank God that I did not, because again, I know a lot of people that gotten into this or tried to, and it's just so hard, right? With all of the licensures, and you have to buy the property. There's certain zoning that goes into it. There's a specific population that you can or can't serve. Oftentimes there's sprinkler systems involved in it, and just a lot of overhead, right? A lot of unnecessary, well, I won't say unnecessary structure. It's just unnecessary for the independent model. And watch this, because if you're new to us, the reason why we can do this model without a license, because we don't try to cook these people's food. I'm not driving this population around to the doctor, to CVS, and to Walgreens to pick up medication. And I'm definitely not administering medications. Those are the three things that can get you in trouble doing this, right? Somebody type the word 3 or the number 3. The 3 things that can get you in trouble, and that a lot of times you need a license, is when you're trying to cook people's food in an industrial kitchen. Guys, I don't cook their food. They're independent. When you're driving them around without the proper insurance, you don't know how to bill Medicaid and Medicare. Guys, we don't get into that stuff. And again, last but not least, guys, they don't need me to give them medications. I'm not trying to pretend to be a nurse. So transportation, medication, and cooking their food, those are the 3 things that make my guys independent. I house military veterans. I got some younger people. My wife houses the women, but all of these people are independent. So what we provide is a one-stop shop, meaning the lights and water is on me. The roof over their head, Katara, is on me. The plumbing and the security system is on me. So when people come to second chance housing, ladies and gentlemen, I'm known as a one-stop shop. That means all the pots, all the pans, the coffee maker, the cups, the bowls, the spoons, everything they need to live and thrive. Because if you've ever heard us present before, I always give the example of an independent living facility, guys, is an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. Let me know if you can see this on the screen, right? Type in yes if you can see the slide. And again, don't forget, everything that we're doing, guys, is geared towards the June 21st event. We just do this every week because I promised God over 7 years ago. I said, God, if you make this work for me, and God, if I'm able to quit my job to do this, I promise I'll go all over the world teaching it to people and I'll never take any credit. So literally, guys, a couple of years ago, God showed me a lady that was making $41,000 a month doing this model right here. Guys, the only difference is between us and that lady is that we care about people. We love God and we love real estate. And if you're here, you're probably just like us. But I was fortunate enough that God showed me with my own two eyes a lady that was doing the same thing that I'm teaching you all how to do. The only difference is, y'all, she was doing it in rats and roaches. So again, we tell people getting this started, this shared housing program, this isn't rocket science, to be honest with you. Where the rocket science does come in at, that if you've never done this, you've never ran a business, you never managed people before, because like I tell folks all the time, no matter what you call this, no matter what kind of name you attach to it, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, guess what we're really doing? We're being a manager of people, because these are independent living facilities, right? So when I connect with social workers and case managers and social service providers, and then they send me these people, from day one, guys, they all meet as strangers. But somewhere between day 7 and day 14, they become family. So again, if you do the assessment just right, and the way that we teach you how to do the assessment to make sure you're getting the right people in, guys, this can be beautiful. Because again, we house a population that can't afford to go out and buy their own house. They can't afford to go out and just get their own apartment. So when they hear through the grapevine or through Facebook or through Instagram or through TikTok or through a social worker or a case manager that I'm housing people and I charge one fee, there is no lights, there is no water, there is no cable, there is no Wi-Fi bill when you come stay at Second Chance Housing. Second Chance Housing, guys, is my personal ILF where I take people from homeless to hopeful. Envision what you're going to call your place today. And I'll give you some free coaching right now. When I first started, I called my program Second Chance Housing, got an LLC and everything. But what I know today, I would never use the word housing. Here's some free coaching. Banks hate housing. Banks hate real estate. At the bank, that's considered a high-risk industry. And in my coaching, I love to send you all to the bank to go and get the bag, to go get money, business credit cards. And sometimes you can get turned down simply because of what your name is. So most people that are under our teaching, they'll choose something, the ending of the name as solutions, enterprise, group, consultants, consulting. So no matter the name you just thought of, congratulations, you got some free coaching. Remove the word housing, remove the word properties, remove the word real estate, remove the word investments. We don't use any of that stuff. So guess what? Because when you know better, you do better. When I first started, I didn't know that. Today, if I would have knew that, my name would have been Second Chance Solutions, not Second Chance Housing. I would have been Second Chance Enterprise, Second Chance Consulting. See what I mean by that, guys? Does that make sense, everybody? When we're picking a name, be generic. You don't have to say it's housing, because once you present it and you talk about it all on Instagram, Facebook, people are going to know what it is. But when I present it to a bank, watch this. Here's some more free coaching. When I present what I do to a bank, y'all, I'm not presenting this as housing per se. I consult on housing. There's a major difference. People pay a lot of money for what I just told y'all. Watch this really slowly one more time. When I'm presenting my idea, my business to the bank, this isn't Second Chance Housing per se, even though it says housing. How many of you have heard of that NAICS code, NAICS? You want to pick something that's catering towards consulting so that you can get the bag, you can get some money, you can get business credit cards. But if you go in there using so-and-so property, so-and-so housing, so-and-so investments, that's not going to go so well with the bank, and you will be considered high risk. So instead of giving you a $10,000 credit card, you got a $2,500 credit card. Instead of getting a $30,000 credit card, you got a $5,000 credit card. How many of you guys want the highest limit offered to you from the bank? Type the word yes if that's you. Right? So that's the way that I think of that. So again, the first step to getting started to all of this, we got a free webinar. You guys can watch it, take notes if you're really smart, and watch it with your family. But then immediately once you're done, set up that free strategy call, because I want to talk about how can we get you started. Because here on YouTube, I can talk in general, I can talk about how to do it, but on the strategy call, I want to coach and teach you from where you live at. Does that make sense, everybody? Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying this information. But just in case if you was wondering, how could you get more one-on-one coaching just like this? First of all, you can ask just by typing it in the chat, or you can visit forstonconsultants.com/IMB. Again, the IMB stands for ILF Mastery Blueprint. So again, if you want one-on-one coaching, let us know. This is exactly what we do. And again, don't spend all your time in this room today without asking questions. As you see, we're giving out a lot of great information. So make sure you ask your questions just to make sure that you fully understand it. And then also don't forget, we give you guys a free strategy call. So we want you to watch our webinar. That's it. Also at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, but also soak up a lot of this information that we're giving you guys on YouTube, and then schedule a free strategy call so that we can get on the phone to talk about how fast can we get you started. Let's get back to the show. All right, let's do it. So again, thank y'all so much for joining in. Again, if you just joined us, we're talking about the best real estate strategy slash ministry ever. Because again, this isn't just a real estate strategy, it's also a ministry. And again, guys, June 21st and 22nd, we're presenting to you guys how to do this. And not only are we presenting it, we're bringing all the pieces to the puzzle, right? So it's kind of like when I first got the idea to do this, I had no clue how to do it. I made a bunch of mistakes. I went through the bumps, the bruises, and now we got it perfectly. But when I first started, like a lot of you all, I had the idea, no clue how to implement it. So the whole slogan for this event, in fact, we're living by at least 2 or 3 slogans for this event, but the main slogan, number 1, is from idea to implementation. Slogan 2, love God, love people, love real estate. So we tell people that, man, if you got the idea, let us help you implement it. Because again, if you love God, if you love people, and you love real estate, this is the best strategy, real estate strategy, but also a generational wealth tool that you and your family should be involved in. This is also something that outlives you, or it should. When you guys build a program like this in June 21st, we're going to talk a lot about legacy. How can you build something that's bigger than you that will outlast you? I jokingly tell a lot of people all the time that I'll live until 115 years old, right? But when I do leave this earth on year 116, somebody, a seed of mine, a family member of mine, somebody that's a Forston should still be teaching this message. Because the day I built it, guys, I prayed to God that he make this thing bigger than me, right? So that's why one day, many years ago, it was one me, Derek, with one house. But now today, through the teaching of it, we have over 350 of these throughout 33 different states now. And watch this, they're all not mine. That's through the teaching of it. I'm in Florida. My wife have a handful of these, right? But through the teaching of it, we're in 33 different states, guys, over 350 of these. That's something to celebrate. And again, if you want to be a part of that number, we welcome that, because watch this. I often tell people, because a lot of people, they'll hear me say that we got a 335 of these or 350 of these. They think that I have those. I just told you guys 2 minutes and 13 seconds ago that Shay and I, my wife, we got a handful of these, right? At one time, we had up to, I think, 13 of them. But our coaching got so busy, we kind of bagged up. But boy, we jumping back in, because if you follow our social media, we just bought a house, rehabbed it to do this. So most people, you guys are going to rent, you're going to lease it, or rental arbitrage. But the goal is eventually, just like Shay and I did, because we rent a lot of properties, y'all, and I still rent and lease a bunch of them. But one day I want you guys to get to a point where you start buying these properties, and now you mix the ownership in it. Remember, I told you the only requirement for this is a love for God, a love for people. And if you love real estate, this is the cheat code. And then the day that you're able to buy the real estate, ding, 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 game over. Because guys, I used to be a poor social worker making $28,000 a year. God blessed me to where he showed me a lady that was making 41 grand doing the same thing I'm trying to show y'all. The only difference is in this room right here, guys, she had it full of rats and roaches, filth and grime. The mattresses were on the floor, no sheets, no pillowcase, no covers. The mattress was on the floor, no bed rails. And as roaches are running in and out of the holes in the mattress, guys, this is where, and this is how she was housing people. And I said, Lord, have mercy. Everything that I've always wanted to do, God, you mean to tell me it is right in my face? So again, remember the idea to implementation. June 21st and 22nd, visit ilfconference.com. Make sure you get a VIP or an elite ticket if I were you. That way you get day two, because day two, we're actually going to walk you through one of our facilities so that you can see it, smell it, feel it, touch it, and interact with some of our clients. Because again, it's one thing to talk about it, y'all. But one thing I love to do is show proof of concept. Put a number 7 in the chat if you know what proof of concept means. If you don't, put a 1 in the chat. No problem. Because if you, again, been following me on TikTok at Derek Forston, Facebook at Derek Forston, and everywhere else at Forston Consultants on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram and YouTube, you will see where we're posting pictures of all of these social workers that are walking through our facilities, guys. How do you get 15, 16, 22 social workers to walk through your facility at one time in one day? How do you do that? What does the conversation sound like? And again, guys, that's what we're going to do on June 21st and 22nd, because that's our ILF conference where we're going to give you guys invaluable insights. No more just me talking about it. We're going to bring the social worker. We're going to bring the case manager, right? We're going to bring all the pieces to the puzzle so that you know how to put it together. Because when I first started, it was like getting 1,000-piece puzzle and dumping it on the table and trying to figure out, how do I get it to look like the picture on the box? Anybody ever been there? But when you put it together, most people could already start with the edges. Now, I'm not good at puzzles, okay? But I heard that if you start with the edges, Miss Rita, it's easier because it helps you build from the outside in. This conference, guys, is what I'm talking about in terms of it's going to show you, and I'm bringing the pieces, and we're all going to mesh them together to make the picture on the front come out to all of us. So the real estate investors, I'm bringing them. The realtor, I'm bringing her. Tax deeds and tax liens to learn how to get properties really cheaply, I'm bringing that to you. I'm bringing a gentleman that specializes in showing you guys how to get a property, no money down, even a rental property. Most of the time when you hear no money down, people are talking about buying a property. We're bringing somebody, guys, that's going to show you guys how to do this, and literally, he's going to show you how to do it with a rental property with no money out your pocket. General admission ticket, guys, is only $397. If you've been following us a while, you know that our bottom line ticket has always been $997. That was general. We want so many people to get this year. We made it just even more accessible. So right now is a great time to share this room with a family member, your bishop, your pastor, the lady in your church that's always talking about helping people more than just feeding them. This is what you want to invite them to. And then if you're really smart and you're nice to people, you get the affiliate link. So if you guys go to ilfconference.com, share, put it in the chat, ilfconference.com/affiliate, you can actually make money from this by posting on your Instagram, your TikTok, your Facebook, your YouTube channel. And if somebody click on your link and buy a ticket, you get a commission for that. So why not spread the good word, but also make some money while doing it? Does that sound like a pretty good deal for everybody? And again, I'm always saying that for somebody that can't make the event, one of our members that just bought a premium product, right? She bought our ILF Mastery Blueprint one-on-one coaching, which means her June event is complimentary. She can't make it to June, so she's actually going to gift that ticket to somebody. So she actually gifted it back to us, and we're going to gift that ticket to somebody. So if you purchase our do-it-yourself version, if you purchase the HRA, Business in the Box, if you purchase it's one more, it's the ICC. And tomorrow's the last day to get into the ICC. No excuses, right? So any premium product, the ILF Mastery Blueprint, the ICC, the HRA Business in the Box, or the do-it-yourself version of the IMB, all of those products, guys, come with a complimentary ticket to the event. Your general admission ticket is already included in that. And again, if you can't make it, no problem. Either gift the ticket back to us or gift it to a family member or entrepreneur or bishop. or somebody that's in church leadership. That's what we're asking. That if you can't come, obviously that's your ticket. You can do what you like, but we would love for you to give it to either entrepreneur, somebody that loves God, loves people, and love real estate, somebody that's in either church leadership, or somebody that's always dreamed of doing this but thought they needed a license and had to own the property. As I said, our VIP ticket, I'm excited about that because, again, that involves the 2-day event. General admission ticket, guys, that's a 1-day event. I'm going to give you so much information in one day, you won't be able to stand it. Hopefully, you take great notes. But VIP and Elite, we'll see you guys day 2. Because for the VIP, a bunch of stuff comes with that. But most important, you get the day 2 at one of our facilities. Elite ticket, you get everything in both of those, but you also get an exclusive dinner with us Saturday night at a completely different location at a swanky restaurant. Okay. And with that, we're also going to do a 1-day mastermind. So the elite people, you guys get me for another day for probably 2 or 3 hours of a complete master class and a mastermind of anything you needed further information on, or anything you need for me to go deeper on, or just something that you may have missed. So I'm going to give the elite people not only an exclusive dinner, they're going to get a swag bag and a bunch of other stuff, networking opportunities, individualized speaking with the speakers. But most important, you guys are going to get that 1-day mastermind and that exclusive dinner on that Saturday night. So that's what I'm excited about that. Hey, David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forston Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forston Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forston Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA, and you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information. As you can see, you can find me on TikTok, guys. So give it up for David and Dennis. Those 2 guys, I tell you. David's a little bit of a knucklehead, so we got to be patient with David, y'all. He don't quite listen that well, so we got to repeat things for David. But again, guys, general admission ticket $397, VIP $697, and again, that elite ticket, guys, is only $997. And for the first time this year, we've allowed the elite ticket to bring your spouse, right? So if you're married under God, right, not your girlfriend, not your boyfriend, not your boo thing that's on the weekend, but if you are legally married and you purchase an elite ticket, your spouse comes for free, right? So we super love that this year. We've never done that before. One more time, ladies, if you're trying to convince your husband, what a great way. Say, honey, he told me that if we get that elite ticket, you come for free. So just saying, guys, that's the way to sell that elite ticket to the spouse. And again, that 1-day event for the $397, guys, is a luxurious culinary experience. We brag about our food, and I'm so excited because we actually got the food tasting coming up. So you guys will probably have a choice out of a steak, a salmon, and some kind of chicken. And again, we're going to feed you guys. It's going to be dessert. There'll be a starter. There'll be all kinds of coffee and tea. One thing about us, guys, I've been to a lot of events, right? And I don't believe in feeding you guys box lunches or a cold cut sandwich. I don't believe in not feeding you at all. I've been to events, guys, for 6, 7, 8, sometimes 10 hours, and there was no food. They had bottled water, and they had those things. What are those green things in the pack, Katara? The Nature's Valley granola bars. I've been to that. This, guys, we're going to feed y'all so much. There are certain times where you're going to say, all right, now don't get sleepy in here, Katara. Angela, don't get sleepy now. Wake up. So we're going to do some stretching and some, because we're going to feed y'all good. One thing about the Forston Consultants, we believe in a good time. We believe in education, and we believe in feeding you good. Because we want you to go back and talk about it and tell people. Because just like most of y'all been to events, and we all judge events once they're over. Guys, we welcome that. In fact, we give y'all a survey. So we're not trying to hide it, because every time we have an event, we always send out an after survey to find out what can we do better. And every time people have stuff, but every time people brag about the food, they brag about the camaraderie, They brag about how we're so much like family, and they brag about how it's different from being online to in person. And you can feel the Spirit of God in that place. I promise you that. So before you guys come, there'll be a lot of fasting and praying and meditation and just getting a lot of things right to make sure that you guys have a great experience. Right here is that $697 ticket, guys. And again, if you've been following us for any amount of time, you know that our master classes, our conferences, the bottom ticket was always $997, guys. This is a no-brainer to get the $697 ticket and get a 2-day event, an ILF tour, resident and interaction, swag bag with a bunch of stuff inside of that you're going to need throughout the entire trip while you're there. Because don't forget, it's going to be hot, you guys. It's going to be June in Orlando, Florida. So make a vacation out of it. The theme parks, the water parks. Bring your family that really don't want to do this, but you want to come, but bring everybody. They can enjoy the park while you're getting the education. No different from the 2 doctors I taught this to about a year ago. The doctors got the information, meaning they paid for the course. The doctors buy the real estate, but I teach his family because the doctor's too busy. So again, figure out how can you get your family involved in this, right? And then again, you VIP folks, I'm going to make sure that you have a meet and greet with them, because some of the case managers that are coming, I'll admit, they're just as excited to meet you all as you all are to meet them. Because remember, they got a job to do. They're supposed to come and present this to try to get more people in to get housed. So can you believe that you're going to come to a conference where the speakers need you? Hardly ever you go to a conference and the guy or the gal that speaks, they need you. It's usually the opposite. We need them. Guys, this is different. I want y'all to brag about how Derek and the Forston Consultants team brought every piece of the puzzle, and these people need us. How great is that? And guys, the elite ticket, and as I said, there's only 15 of these. The elite ticket is you get everything in general and VIP, plus an exclusive dinner with me, my beautiful wife, my family, and the team at an exclusive restaurant outside of that hotel. Okay? Professional photos, a bunch of more stuff that we didn't even name, but that post 1-day event, that's what a lot of people want already. A few people done told me already, Derek, I want that masterclass. I know you're going to go deeper. I'm gonna ask my embarrassing question that I'm scared to ask in front of everybody else. So again, if you are somebody that needs more meat, that's going to be a heck of a class, guys, because I'm gonna give you guys easily 2 or 3 hours on that, right? Because y'all know me, I could just go on and on and on. So the elite ticket holders, you guys get everything that the general VIP get, plus the exclusive dinner and that 1-day mastermind event and a lot of other stuff that we still haven't talked about yet. Okay, so if you guys got any questions, any concerns about the event, the one-on-one coaching, or the do-it-yourself version, let me know, because I have had, and guys, I thank y'all for that too. There were some people that I just absolutely knew they were coming to this event. They're newer to us, right? And they've come around in the last, just say 30 to 60 days. It's about 8 of y'all. And you guys are different in different areas. But what I appreciate about each and every one of y'all told me that you want to come, but the dates are conflicting. But you still want to get into it. So you guys are going to come every Monday at 6 p.m. right here on YouTube to just keep soaking it up. But they're all considering buying either the do-it-yourself version or our ILF Mastery Blueprint one-on-one coaching. And that's exactly what I meant. So don't waste your time listening to us talk about the June event and you can't make it. You should be asking questions about the do-it-yourself version, or the teaching that you can go at your own pace, or the one-on-one coaching. Or some people, you guys still want that HRA business in the box, the housing referral agency, because you don't want a house. No problem. And again, remember, if you purchase a premium ticket and you can't make it, we're going to gift your ticket to somebody else, hopefully somebody that you choose. But the first person that did it, they said, well, Derek, I don't have anybody. No problem. Give it to us, because we know a ton of people that want to come but may not be able to do it financially. Also, if God put on your heart to sponsor somebody, let us know. The last masterclass that we did, we had a lady that sponsored over 15 tickets, right? So God bless her. She's somebody that said, Derek, I told y'all that if y'all teach me this and it worked for me, I'll come back and I'll save some other people. And y'all know how some people just say that stuff. This lady truly came back and did that, y'all. She literally came and learned this game from us, successful in it. And the next masterclass that we had, she sponsored 15 people. And do y'all remember how much them tickets was at the time? $997. Can y'all do the math on that? Now, if you take away the $3 from the $997 to the 1,000, guys, she paid $15,000 for people to attend an event that changed her life. Lord have mercy. Somebody ain't catching that. There was a lady that was so grateful for what this did for her life and the coaching and how she's able to help her community and her church. She poured back in and bought 15 tickets at $997. That's what I call being a woman of your word. Right here, guys, at the Hotel Landy. It's a brand new, well, actually not brand new. They did a brand new renovation, I should say. They spent over $24 million, guys, renovating this entire hotel. It's called the Hotel Landy. Very swanky, very nice. We also did a room block for the rooms. Shay is going to put the thing in the chat. She's probably did it already, but we want to give you guys a way to book your room, right? Don't book the regular way because you get a discount through us. So because we did that and we got a room block, you don't pay what the outsiders will. So we want you guys to use our link. Shay's going to put it in the chat, but make sure you guys use the link. He's waving no, so maybe not in the chat. Shay, where are you going to put it? I'm sorry?
They get it post-sending, so post-purchase.
So post-purchase. Sorry about that, guys. Post-purchase, because we don't want just anybody getting that, right? That does make a lot of sense. Post-purchase of your ticket, you immediately, or if you haven't, you let us know, but we're going to send you the link to be able to book your hotel room. Because obviously, a lot of you guys are buying your ticket first, and then you're doing accommodations. Some people are doing it in reverse and getting the accommodations first. But again, if you do it that way, you won't get our link. So purchase the ticket, and then post-purchase, we send you the discounted room link. Does that make sense, everybody? I want to just make sure that everybody gets that. If anybody's confused about that, make sure you let me know. Hey, what's going on, family? I super hope you guys are enjoying this information. But let's just say you want more one-on-one coaching, just like what you're receiving now. You're actually looking for our ILF Mastery Blueprint. So that's our hand-holding one-on-one coaching, where that's what most of the people that come to us, that's what they want. They don't want to just watch me on YouTube all the time, right? They want me in their back pocket for one-on-one coaching. And what's super powerful about it right now, that there's a scholarship that's actually available that brings that down to only $7,500, a long ways from the normal price of the 15 grand. So even doing this live right now, if you guys text IMB below, my team can send you over some information. But nevertheless, definitely go over and see forstonconsultants.com and check us out there as well. Let's get back to the show. All right, good stuff, good stuff. So again, man, thank y'all so much for being here. And don't forget, if you guys got questions, let me know. We thrive off of questions, right? I promised God many years ago, right? And even though we're having an event in June, most coaches wouldn't come here and just keep teaching. They want you to come to the June event. Well, so do I, right? But just because God and I made a promise many years ago that I'll always come here and do this, because God saved my life, y'all, through this housing model, which is called independent living facilities. So again, I beg God to change my life. I beg God to get me in real estate. I beg God to allow me to help people. And dummy me, you guys, I was on a job for 9 years as a social worker, doing the very thing that I kind of was praying for, but not on my own. So I told God I wanted to help people. He made me a social worker. I told God that I wanted to be involved in real estate. Well, he showed me a lady that was mistreating people through real estate, making 41 grand a month doing it. And as I was making $28,000 a year, it broke my heart when I saw a lady making 41 grand a month, but she was housing people in rats and roaches, not like this nice picture that you see on this screen. This is the model of what it's supposed to look like. Can you guys imagine me as a social worker making 28 grand a year, and I walk into this place that I really respect this one lady and thinking she's doing the will of God and doing so great in the community. But as soon as I walked inside of it, I was like, oh my God, look at the mice running in and out of the cabinets. Look at the roaches running in and out of the garbage can and in and out of the mattresses. And guys, I couldn't believe that she was making $41,000 doing it. So that's the part that broke my heart. And that's the part that I often ask people, that if you made $41,000 a month, would that change your life a little bit? Can three of y'all just respond to that? If you were making $41,000 every 30 days, would that change your life a little bit? Because if you make a bunch of money and you rich already, that may not matter to you. But I was making $28,000 a year as a social worker. Y'all, I nearly fainted to my knees when that girl showed me she was making 41 grand a month. And remember, guys, why would you treat somebody like that making that kind of money? So the June 21st event, we're going to put so many pieces in place so that you don't mess up like that lady did. She didn't know what she was doing in my mind. She had the idea, but no clue how to implement it. And that's the whole slogan of this event, from idea to implementation. Because again, man, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, back to the first one, if you love God, you wouldn't house people like this in squalor. You wouldn't house people in rats and roaches, especially making 41 grand a month. Y'all, this girl used to come in my hospital with her red bottom shoes on, red bottom shoes on, Gucci attire, all this expensive stuff, materialistic, that lets you know that somebody's doing good in life. But y'all, she was mistreating people. She wasn't offering people a clean living environment like this. Because at Forston Consultants, we're going to teach you guys how to start a clean living environment for adults that doesn't require a license. You don't have to own the property. And again, your first step is to watch our free webinar. Also, scan that QR code and subscribe to our YouTube channel because we give the game away on this all the time. Check out our shorts, our reels, all that stuff. The long version content. Most of these times, these rooms go over 2 hours long. They're supposed to be for 90 minutes, but usually I get a little long-winded, right? Because I love this game. And I say, God, if you teach it to me. And guess what? God didn't come from heaven to teach it to me. God put me in a situation. And guess who's my best teacher that I have all the time? It's the clients that I serve. The tenants that I serve each and every day, they teach this game to me every day. Ken and Rita, you guys just got into this, right? You just got your first house and your first 3 or 4 clients. I told you guys probably 4 weeks ago that your best teacher will not be me. I kind of will, but I kind of won't. Guess who your best teacher going to be? Life and the tenants that you're serving. Because everybody that we serve, Miss Rita, they got a different attitude. They got a different background. They got a different upbringing. They got a different mom and daddy than the other guy you brought in. So what does that mean, Rita? That means that at the end of the day, if you want to call this an ILF, if you want to call it shared housing, co-living, communal living, guess what this really is? You're being a manager of people. And to some of y'all, that don't sound super glamorous. Because if it was presented like that in the beginning, maybe you didn't want it. But that's what this really is, guys. We are being a manager of people. And at this event, especially in our one-on-one coaching, we go deeply on what is the assessment? How do we make sure that we are getting the right person? Because one wrong way to do this, guys, and the quickest way to lose some really great clients or tenants is bringing in the wrong one. Meaning that if you got Brad, Jose, Joshua, and Raphael that lives in your home already, if you move in Jacob, and Jacob is not the right fit for your program, you're going to know about it real fast because it's going to throw out the whole camaraderie of the place. And that's what our coaching does. How do you get the right people? What questions should you be asking? What is independent? Because what I may think independent is, according to our coaching, you may think it's completely different. Hey, what's going on, family? I'm super excited because June 21st and 22nd is the 2024 ILF conference. That's right. We're super excited because it's in Orlando, Florida this year. So guys, if you ever thought about starting your own housing program, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the event for you. If you're a real estate investor and you're looking for a better way to serve people and actually make more money and also have a bigger impact in your community, this event is exactly what this is. 2024, the ILF conference, guys, is going to show you how we take people from homeless to hopeful and it not be a group home or an assisted living facility. We're going to teach you guys how we start unlicensed group homes, which we've trademarked independent living facility. And again, you guys are going to visit forstonconsultants.com for more information, but you're definitely going to visit ilfconference.com to get the information for the June event. There'll be a general admission ticket. We got some VIP tickets and we have 15 elite tickets for people that want a little bit extra just versus being at the event. That comes with also a one-day mastermind and a lot of other stuff. But definitely go and check out ilfconference.com for more information. And don't meet me there, beat me there. All right, good stuff, good stuff. And Katara, I just saw what you put in the chat. She said, when I talked about earlier that lady that was so grateful of what the coaching and what God did for her life in terms of this ILF model, that she came back and blessed people and bought those 15 tickets. I didn't know that Katara was one of those people. I forgot about that. So Katara, big shout out to you. And I jokingly told people that the lady was so grateful for, again, what God had did and what the coaching had did for her life. She poured that money back into us. We were just so nice because I jokingly said, you guys, I could go out and buy a Gucci bag. I could go pay for a vacation shit, and I can go to Vegas and blow this whole 15 grand. And actually, it wasn't 15 grand quite. So if somebody put in the chat, what's 997 times 15? That was the exact number. So if you take away the $3 that we didn't charge for the tax and all of that stuff, somebody put 997 times 15 in the chat. That's what that lady did, y'all. And she gave that to me, to us. At the time, my brother Otis was still around. So that was me and Otis. But we were so just grateful of what she did. And it was at the same time of an event. We said, Otis, man, you know what? We ain't going to spend this money. We ain't going to split it either. We going to pour it back into the people. So it's people like today, Katara's a benefit of that. I forgot all about that, Kay. That is cool, man, that you're now an ILF Mastery Blueprint member and you were the recipient from somebody else being a blessing. Lord have mercy. That's how that works, ladies and gentlemen. See how God did that? That lady don't know Katara. They never met. She wanted to be anonymous. The lady didn't want to tell nobody. Right? So that's also what was pretty cool about her. She didn't want you to shine some bright light on her. She didn't want you to say, hey, Derek, can you announce me and tell everybody that I did it? She said, Derek, I want to bless y'all. You and your family. And literally, she put that 997 times 15 right into our bank account. We was like, wow. And we poured it right back out to other people. So I'm excited. Katara, thank you for reminding me of that. That was a blessing. Right? And watch this, Katara. No pressure. But Katara, I pray that God bless you so much financially that he blow your socks off your feet. That one day you come back and do the same thing. And Katara, not to a point where say, man, I gotta get that 15. Like, I ain't got to, but I want to, but boy, it might be a little tight. Katara, I'm talking about God pours so much of money and blessing on you that the 15 grand is easy to you. Because somebody did it for you, sis. So, sis, that should be a prayer of yours, actually. God, you know, respect their person. I want you to do me like you did that lady. You blessed her so much that she stroked a check for 15 grand and didn't even think about it. Lord have mercy. Somebody just asked, how do we find the hotel discounts? So once the ticket is purchased for the event, my team is going to actually send you the link to get the discounted rates. Shay is smarter than me because I was going to give it to everybody, but obviously that wouldn't be fair to the hotel or us. We don't want to just give away the hotel's discounts. So obviously we've blocked the rooms for people that will be attending the event. Right. So if I announce this right now, right, and somebody randomly comes on my YouTube channel, has no means to come to my event, but uses the hotel's discount, we did them a disservice, actually. So I don't want to do bad business like that. So to skeptical, when you purchase your ticket for the event, hopefully the VIP or the elite, my team is going to send you the link specifically to book your room under that hotel. Okay. And every room in this hotel, guys, is brand new from the floor to the ceiling, completely remodeled, over $24 million that they spent into this rehab, ladies and gentlemen. So again, the VIP ticket for the Brown family that just asked about it, the VIP ticket is $697. And that comes with that second day that you guys were asking about. Most important, VIP and the elite ticket, guys, goes to day 2. The general admission ticket, you still get all the information. You still get all the speakers, and we still gonna feed you like a king because the food is the highlight for a lot of people. And it's so funny. A lot of people say, Derek, we love y'all. And you guys got great advice and great teaching, but I'll be honest with you, man. I'm coming to meet your mom, Mom Forston. I'm coming for the food, and I'm coming just to be around like-minded people. I love that. Excuse me. I absolutely love the attitude of that. That some people just love us so much in terms of what we offer. They just want to be around us. They want to be around Mom Forston. One lady said, Derek, I'm just coming to get prayer. I want your mom to come pray for me. As I'm learning this, I just still want Mom Forston to just pray over me before I go. No problem. Mom Forston had a line last year, I think it was, or the year before that. Got pictures to prove it. Well, Mom was literally praying for people and their business as they were leaving the event. That's how intimate this is to us, guys, that we believe in God, we believe in people, but more importantly, we believe in you. And again, June 21st, we want to show you guys again, how in the world do we take a house that we can go and rent and put 3 beds like that in the master bedroom? How in the world can we find a house that I can lease or rental arbitrage, put 2 beds in a room and charge $700 for both beds? That is $1,400, guys, in that particular room right there. And remember, the clients that we serve, they're not ALF kind of clients, not assisted needing clients. My clients are completely independent. That's why we call it an ILF, independent living facility, where adults, not teenagers, not married couples. So the Brown family, you guys ask me about married couples. We don't do that. I get a lot of calls for married couples, but I personally don't do that. I house the single individual male, the single individual female. The lady with the 3 kids, we make a referral for her. The pregnant lady with the 2 kids, we give her a referral. The guy that called me, he got a wife and 3 kids, we give him a referral. But the single military veteran, we're going to assess him to see if he can live in my place. The single woman that's escaping domestic violence, I'm going to see if she can live in my place because I'm going to assess her. But again, if they're a teenager, 17, 18 years old, because if they're 18, they're an adult. 17 and under, can't help them. We're going to give them a referral, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't want to get in trouble. So we serve adults, and it could even be a teenager agent from the foster care system. The foster care system guys have I know here in Florida with DCF, when they turn 18, they kick them out. But there's a program that they can stay until they're 21. But there are certain parameters that's got to be in place. So we talked this to a pastor a couple years back, and his heart was to house the young folks. He found out about 3 months that kind of not what he should have been doing, right? Because he was busy. So I teach you guys according to your lifestyle who you should be housing. Because if you're already very busy, you can't come to me and tell me that you're going to house teens from the foster care system. Because even though they're adults at this point, they need a lot of care, a lot of attention, a lot of time. And again, if your background and your job that you currently have and your lifestyle don't match that, why would you do that? Watch this. Great example. My lifestyle today is very busy. I coach a lot of people. I'm teaching all over the world. I have groups that I teach in 7 days a week, guys. Usually I'm somewhere running my big mouth, at least 5 for sure. I try to chill on Sundays. Saturday, they usually trick me into talking, or I got a Saturday morning room still on YouTube. But usually, guys, somewhere between 5 to 7 days a week, I'm running my big mouth somewhere, or I'm housing people. Because unlike some of these coaches, guys, I do this. I don't just teach it. I do this on a daily basis. So guess what? The teenager agent from the foster care system doesn't fit my lifestyle. I don't have that much time. So guess who I love to house? The military veteran, the elderly adult, the older middle-aged adult, the guy that's got a job already and don't need nothing from me other than the roof that's over his head. Does that make sense, everybody, what I'm saying there? Your lifestyle has to match, Katara, Miss Joanne, Angela. It's got to match your lifestyle. Because my lifestyle for the guys I'm housing, they don't want my help. They don't want me in the way. They don't need me for nothing. Derek, keep the lights on. Derek, keep the water running. And Derek, depending on where you live at, keep the gas running. But other than that, Derek, I can cook my own bologna sandwich. I can take my own medications, Derek, and I can provide my own transportation through an Uber, through a Lyft, or I can call the local taxi company. So Dennis, in this independent living facility model, right, which y'all call ILFs, what kind of residents can I house in this kind of model? David, that's a great question. And that's actually what makes the ILF model so great, is because it's flexible. So prime example, you can house military veterans, elderly adults, women that are escaping domestic violence, and the list goes on and on and on. So Dennis, where do you get your residents from? I see you guys on TikTok and Facebook, you guys getting all of these houses. Like, where in the world are you getting these people from? Yeah, that's actually pretty easy. Forston Consultants teaches us to use social media such as Instagram, Facebook, to let people know who we are, what we do, but probably most importantly, who do we serve? And we do that very consistently. So every day, 7 days a week, there's something being posted about what we do and who we serve, but also building relationships with social workers and case managers. Again, letting them know who we are, what we do, and most importantly with them, that we're available. Dennis, how in the world are you able to do this without a license, bro? David, remember the reason why we don't need a license, because remember, the clients that we serve, they're independent. So that means that they can take their own medications, they can provide their own transportation, and they can cook and provide their own food. Dennis, man, you seem to know a lot about this independent living stuff, man. How do you know so much? Well, first of all, I graduated from Forston Consultants University, and I have a master's degree in independent living facilities. And I joined the Forston crew every Monday on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern. They go live, and that guy Derek, man, he give the game away. So I'm always there. So Dennis, what in the world are the requirements to get started with something like this? The only requirement for this, David, is a big heart for God, his people, and the love for real estate. That's it. And bro, don't think I ain't listening, because I am listening, but where can I find more information like this at, man? Because I really want to get started, man. David, if I were you, I'd follow Derek Forston on Facebook and TikTok, and then I'd follow Forston Consultants on everything else in terms of Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Again, really slowly, David, because you're hard-headed. I'd follow Derek Forston at Facebook on his personal page. I'd follow him on TikTok, but I will also follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget, David. Hey, Dennis, man, I really appreciate that, man. I'm going to do exactly what you told me to do. I'm going to follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. No problem. All right, so let's jump back into it. So again, thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate it. I always say that, but I really mean that, right? Because you guys could be anywhere. But if you're here, you're probably trying to change your life, your family's life, and the lives of other people. And that's exactly what this model does. So for the Brown family, really quick, I want to go over this. You guys asked me what was one of my first decisions, right? And kind of how I got started. I want you to watch that webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars. That's going to kind of give you the whole story. But right here, just really quickly, guys, I just made a decision. And that's what some of y'all need to do today, right? Just make a decision that this is something that I want to do, Derek. And no devil in hell, my next door neighbor, my ex-husband, or my boyfriend ain't going to stop me from doing it. Another thing is that try to get away, guys, from letting people tell you what to do that are doing nothing in life. A lot of times when you guys are being discouraged by people, it's from somebody that's doing nothing. Because usually people that are doing things and they see you doing things or trying to do things, they're trying to encourage you. Usually the people that are downplaying what you're trying to do and being a naysayer, they're often not involved in anything. So try not to let that get to you, right? So number one, just simply make a decision. And within that decision is usually going to be your why. Every one of us needs a why in terms of why we want to do this. Because when the days get tough and when the nights get long, you need something to kind of fall back on, right? Again, they're going to be tough days. This isn't all roses and all just pink roses all the time, right? We're dealing with people. And some of these people are on the fringes of life. They've come out of bad situations. Because if you think about it, guys, think about this for 2 seconds, right? We're dealing with people. All of us got people in our family that sometimes it may be difficult to deal with. And that's just regular family. Can you imagine these folks who have maybe a mental health issue or maybe a mental illness or maybe a substance abuse background? So one thing about it, if you want to truly get into this and change the lives of people and other folks, remember, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it. But number one, you got to make a decision. And this is where I worked at, guys, many years ago, 7 years ago, probably now, right? 206 Park Place Boulevard, one of the greatest resources for me ever in terms of what formed my life. I had no idea the day I got this job way back in 2010, 2011, that it would lead to where I am today. But this was a major launching pad for me. So when you hear me talk about I used to be a social worker, this is it. 206 Park Place Boulevard. And again, right here is where I'm sitting in my office. Now, notice that first picture, y'all. I got a clean cut. My face pretty shaved up. Got a shirt and tie on. But boy, look at that second picture. The vision's coming to pass now. The vision and the idea is coming to my brain. My shirt got a little loose at the top, growing a little beard, still being a great employee now. But now the vision that God has given me to start this thing on my own is finally starting to come to me. So look at, again, just look at the pictures, how just kind of the first picture, a little uptight. Second picture, no tie, loosen my collar up, relax a little bit, Derek, because you're seeing the vision and where you're getting ready to go. So again, some of y'all need to just make a decision, and some of y'all need to put a finish line ahead of you. Miss Adrienne Wells, who's coming to our event, is going to be one of our speakers. She often talks about putting something in front of you, like a finish line, so that you always got something to work towards. For me, that was my mom and a bunch of other stuff. But number one, I promised my mom to retire her early and to buy her a new car. For some of y'all, that's a small goal. But for me at the time, that was a big goal. That car you see my mom standing by right now, we thought she needed something better than that. We didn't want her driving that car. So guess what? Me and my siblings got together and we bought my mom a brand new car. Me and my siblings got together and we also retired my mom. Now, crazy enough, all my siblings, right? We started a business like at one time and didn't even realize it. So can you imagine even how my mom was feeling at the time trying to support all of us? But again, I put a finish line in front of me, y'all. And that finish line for me at the time was my mom, because I'm a mama's boy, so to speak, right? So for me to say, you know what, I want to retire my mom a little bit earlier than usual. I also want to get rid of that Nissan Sentra. Mom's been talking about that Toyota RAV thing for a long time. Let's do that. And when you put something in front of you guys, you always got something to work towards. And even when the rough days come, you can say, man, I said I was going to buy my mom a car, so I can't quit today. I said I was going to tie my mama 2 years earlier than usual, so I can't quit right now, even though I'm frustrated. So it kind of brings you back to your why. The second promise I made, or the second finish line that I put ahead of me, I said, Shay, if you marry me, I'll be the best husband you've ever thought or imagined of. And I promise to make your life easier, and you're going to leave that 9-to-5 job one of these days. Luckily and blessed to me through the grace of God, all of that came true. Bought the mom the car, retired mom early, took Shay off that corporate America job, and hopefully I made Shay life a little bit easier, y'all. So again, this is what I mean by some of us need to put a finish line in front of us so that we always have something to work towards. Because if you don't have anything to work towards, ladies and gentlemen, it's like, what are we doing? So you got to have a goal. Some people say set goals. Thank God for Miss Adrienne Wells, who's coming to our event to speak on numerous things to help you guys out. That's one of her sayings, like, put the finish line in front of you. What is your finish line? Is it your kids? Is it your spouse? Some of y'all, it's your mom. Right? Some of y'all, it's your grandmother that you're doing this in memory of. Some of you guys are doing this in a memory of somebody that's passed away. Think about that. How dare you put your name of your loved one on something and then you don't push? God bless that lady, man, over 2 years ago that I taught. Broke my heart, man. Opened the program, spent a lot of money doing it, named it after her aunt that took care of her whole life. Gave up on this thing in less than 90 days. Broke my heart. You give up on something in 90 days, guys, it was never in your heart. Let me be the first one to tell you that. If you give up on something in the first 90 days after spending that kind of money to get started and that kind of time to get into it, your heart was never in it. So another finish line for me, and I'm moving on, was my wife, and to retire her and to make her life a little bit easier. Now, because I'm a natural knucklehead sometimes, I get on Shay nerves, I'm sure. But guys, my job, as I promised that day, July 7th, 2012, Joanne, I made a promise, Joanne. I can't break that promise. So that was a finish line for me. And again, lucky for y'all, after a bunch of years and a bunch of bumps and bruises, when people say, well, Derek, how you did it? Well, instead of being a crab in a bucket, I put it in an ebook. And then a couple, I think years later, I wrote another one and just combined them together now. So you guys get both of these ebooks for like $97. How to start an independent living facility in 10 easy steps. This is for people that have no clue and you want it 1 through 10. The second book, I haven't ILF, now what? So I often say that these two books will get you started. The second book will keep you out of jail and out of the courtroom and keep money in your pocket. A lot of the mistakes that I made, okay? You guys can get both of these books for $97. We take care of the tax. Or you can text ebook bundle to 407-326-0086. Text ebook bundle to 407-326-0086. And you guys can get that. You also can scan that QR code. These two books also come with a free strategy call. So no different from our webinar. But once you read these ebooks, that strategy call can actually go a little longer. So oftentimes people don't know this and I don't talk about it a lot. We give free strategy calls for the webinar and for the ebook bundle. And I never talk about the ebook bundle, but yes, that one also comes with a deeper strategy call. Actually, because if you're smart, you watch the webinar, strategy call. You spend $97, that's it, deeper strategy call. And that's how a lot of people actually get started, okay? So I should talk about that more often because I don't mention that enough, that the ebooks also come with that. So, but use it the smart way. Get a free call from the webinar and then buy the $97 book, get another free one to go deep with me, and then figure out, do you need to be at the June event, June 21st and 22nd, or should you do the do-it-yourself version of the coaching, go at your own pace, or you want an ILF Mastery Blueprint one-on-one coaching? That's what a lot of people just simply love to get because they don't want to just try to do this alone, right? So again, for the more family, you guys asked about advertising, advertise like crazy. One thing about me, guys, I advertise so much and so guerrilla marketing that I can embarrass you if you're with me. Meaning, if you're somebody that's not comfortable with handing out flyers or just meeting random people and they put something in their hands, right? I do that. So I walk through airport, through the mall. I put them on the floor, on the ground, by the flower pots, on the windows. I'll put tape on the back and just place them everywhere. I'll put them in the bathroom, the gas station. You guys name it. I put flyers everywhere. And then again, on Instagram and Facebook, I'm going to be a complete nuisance in a way, in a good way, right? Because I'm trying to show people how to change your life, but more importantly, how to change the lives of other people, because now that's ministry. When you change your own life, that's just regular business. But when you change the lives of other people, now you have a ministry. And I often tell people, right, we're not doing this, guys, because I think it's the next best thing to do in real estate. I'm doing it because the Bible says the poor and needy will always be among us. And if you're real smart, you find your way into real estate and find out, how can you do God's will? How can you help people and build the kingdom of God all at the same time? It's by running an ILF. And again, we invite you guys to the June 21st event, to where we're going to show you guys and how we're going to put the pieces to the puzzle to show you guys again how we do this. And for only $397, that's the cheat code. The VIP ticket, guys, is only $697. That brings you a 2-day event. And the elite ticket, if you married, your spouse comes for absolutely free. So, hey, what's going on, family? Have you ever imagined starting your own housing program? That's probably why you're here. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, like you're kind of getting right now, but in a more of a one-on-one setting, just you and I, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. There's a number that they're scrolling below on this screen right now. If you text the word scholarship to that phone number, my team is going to get you some information. So first of all, I'm going to say congratulations and thank you for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to working with you. And again, this is only for people that desire our one-on-one coaching, which is designed to watch you succeed from going from a zero to a hero when it comes to information and knowing how to implement this independent living facility model without any mistakes. That's most important. So again, our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, there's a scholarship that's available for it that'll slice the price in half, which is also a no-brainer. So again, if you've ever desired to start your own housing program, but you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse, you don't. You thought you had to own the property, you don't. Consider our ILF Mastery Blueprint, where we are going to take you to success and let God use you in your community, housing the homeless and the displaced. Let's get back to the show. Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying the content, but I just want to let you know there's still time to apply for the scholarship for the ILF Mastery Blueprint, and that's our one-on-one coaching. So there's a lot that comes with it. So I'm just going to guide you guys to the website so that you can kind of check it out for yourself after we're done here. So you're going to visit forstonconsultants.com. Then you're going to click the tab that says products and services. The first thing that's going to pop up is the ILF Mastery Blueprint. Click that tab that says learn more, and it's literally going to give you step-by-step instruction of what you can do. And it's real easy of how you can apply and win the scholarship to apply to the price so that you can get our one-on-one coaching here at Forston Consultants. Let's get back to the content. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. So the next slide I want to talk about, and we say this every week, right? Just word of mouth. So when you're asking how to get the word out, word of mouth, you got to invite people over, guys. Show the proof of concept, which means what it looks like and how it operates. So we're real good at this, right? We love to get a lot of social workers and case managers at one time to come and see what this is. So prime example, in this picture, there's community leaders here. There's church members here. There's social workers, case managers, and city officials, right? Even in just small group, there's other people that's behind my truck, but right there is showing you guys all the people that want to come see what this is, right? So we encourage people to be nosy about this thing, right? And again, June 21st, June 22nd is the best time for you guys to come and check it out. Don't forget, the general admission ticket is only $397. It's in Orlando, Florida, y'all. So make a vacation of it, right? Bring your family, have a great time. But again, come and learn something that can change the lives of people, but also change the lives of your family, right? Because again, we tell people that this is a ministry, because this is putting people first. This is putting God first. And again, if you want to see the hand of God move in your own life, help his people and watch what happens. So I often coach people, especially here lately, right? If you want to start a new business, why not start a business that's partly got a ministry attached to it? Because it's hard to lose in life, guys, when you're pleasing God. Watch this. We believe at Forston Consultants, right, that we believe in this is how your life should be led. And I hope that you guys also kind of take on this mantra. But watch this. We want to please God. We want to help people. We want to be respected by the community. And we want to make enough money to feed our family. I'm going to say that one more time to make sure that you guys get it. And actually, I'm going to change it up just a little bit so that you guys can see the other side of it. Watch this. We want to please God because we believe that if you please God with no matter what you're doing, everything else will just fall into place. We all want to please God, right? The next thing, I want to help people because that's what makes this a ministry. God loves it when we do unto others, especially the least of thee. God said it's like it's doing it unto him. So can you imagine every time we house the homeless and the needy and the displaced, it's like we're doing God a favor. We're helping God. And guys, trust me, I want to help God. How can you lose in life by helping God? By being a partner with God. And guys, I'm no pastor. I'm no bishop. I'm not in charge of a church, but we love God. We love people and we love real estate. Watch this. Please God, help people. Y'all, I want my community to respect me while I'm doing it. What's wrong with that? Not only respect me, y'all, I want them to join in on it. So one more time, please God, help people, be respected by my community when I'm doing it. And the last piece, I want to make a bunch of money so that I can feed my family and that I can also build the kingdom of God. And shame on me because I should have reversed that. I want to make a bunch of money to keep building the kingdom of God and also have enough money to feed my family. Because if a man don't work, he don't eat. So God want me to feed my family. God want me to make a bunch of money to build the kingdom. Now, if I want to make a bunch of money to just go buy Mercedes Benzes and Land Rovers and big mansions just for me, that's the wrong motive. Because if you do this the right way and you make a bunch of money doing it and you keep buying the real estate to help these people, your blessing is already tied into it. Does that make sense, everybody? And that's why I tell people, imagine having a business to where the blessing of God, his financial blessing was already built into it. That's what this is, y'all. Because you don't have to steal for money. You don't have to cheat for money. You just simply do this the right way and house a population of people that already need it and receive a guaranteed income. So if you didn't hear me say jet, the people that we serve receive a guaranteed income, ladies and gentlemen. It's called SSI or SSDI. And they get it every month without fail. Nothing stops it. Does that make sense? So whether we're housing the guy that gets the SSI or SSDI, or the guy that works at McDonald's or Outback Steakhouse or the local pharmacy as a med tech, doesn't matter to us. And then sometimes we house an individual that has no money at all, but he's in a program that pays you the rent, landlord person that's listening to me now. Guys, I house a couple of people right now don't have no money to pay me, but they come from a program that says, Derek, we're going to cut the check for 6 months, Derek, until we get him on his feet. How lovely is that? So we want to introduce you guys to programs, to social workers, to show you why they need you, to show you how to present it, to tell you what to say, to tell you what not to say. Take a look at this, guys, and we'll be right back.
Take a drive down Los Angeles' Skid Row, filled with tents, people, and growing frustration.
If I can get back into another residence, then I won't make the same mistakes I made before.
According to new federal data, a record number of people are now unhoused, more than 653,000, a 12% population increase since last year. Mel Tilakaratna runs a nonprofit that provides free showers to people living on the street.
The system is completely overwhelmed.
Tilakaratna points to a rise in housing costs, the opioid epidemic, mental health issues, and the migrant crisis as factors exacerbating the problem in LA.
We have families, asylum.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I finally did what you guys been asking me to do for probably about 2 or 3 years now. We get a lot of questions for people that says, Derek, do you just sell the paperwork? Derek, do you have a do-it-yourself version? And guys, I'll admit, we've never had that. We truly believe in the one-on-one coaching. But the more that we listen to you all as our customers and as our family, my job is to do what you guys need, which is a lot of people have been asking for the do-it-yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint. So guys, we've done that. So for only $2,497, we've created a version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint where you can actually do it at your own pace. And again, everything's involved except for me being the one-on-one coach. So again, one more time, we want to offer to you guys a do-it-yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint. And you guys can visit forstonconsultants.com/IMB-DIY. And that's for people that says, Derek, I just want the paperwork. And Derek, I don't need your one-on-one coaching. I want to do this at my own self-pace. And guys, we've listened. So we've developed the ILF Mastery Blueprint do-it-yourself version. And again, for only under $2,500, that's a no-brainer. And that is something that you want. You guys can either visit the website or simply just text my team DIY to the phone number 407-326-0086. One more time, you can text the word DIY to 407-326-0086, and we'll get you the information that you need to be able to move forward so that you can do it at your own pace. Have a great day, and we'll see you at the top. All right, good stuff, good stuff. So we'll see you guys at the 2024 ILF conference. We're super excited. It's at the Hotel Landy. That's in Orlando, Florida. June 21st, 22nd. Again, that's a Friday and a Saturday. So go ahead and block the dates. Don't put nothing in front of that, right? Don't let the devil come between you getting into this event. Don't let distraction come between you coming to this event. Don't let something small that try to throw you off. Because watch this. The devil going to try everything that he can, y'all, for you not to make this event. Your prayer tonight is that God remove every hindrance and every barrier from my life so that I can make this event and do the will of God. I will do the will of God in Jesus' name and nothing to stop it. That should be your prayer. That's my prayer. I'm praying against sickness. I'm praying against bad health. I don't want to catch the flu that week. I don't want to have a stomach virus that week. So my prayer is over all of y'all that you have great health, great strength, and nothing stops you from coming to this event. And we pray traveling mercies before you ever board the plane or before you ever rent the car or get in your car to come. And that's for you and your family. In Jesus' name I pray. Guys, also don't forget the ILF Academy. That's our free Facebook group. We want you guys to join that. We've never done that before. That's also very new. So you guys that are just joining us for whatever reason, you guys are coming to us with some really great stuff. The ILF conference, obviously in June. The DIY do-it-yourself version, we've never had that. We've also never done the ILF Academy. So that's a free Facebook group. And we're literally going live there Friday. So if you haven't joined the free Facebook group, make sure you do that. I'm trying to cater that mostly to like our newbies and new people. But regardless of your questions or where you're at your level, we still want to answer your questions and still pour into you. I haven't announced it yet, but if you're already in the ILF Academy, also go ahead and reintroduce yourself and tell people who you are, where you're located, and what you're looking to learn from being in this group. So again, the ILF Academy. Again, the ILF Academy. Absolutely free group on Facebook. Introduce yourself and tell people who you are, where you're located, but also what you're looking to learn while you're in this particular group. Okay. And I'm getting a lot of newer people that have no knowledge about what this is. So the training and the talking that will probably come from Friday will be a little bit about that. I'm getting a lot of questions about the HRA. There's a lot of people that want to do what we do, but can't buy a house. They can't rent one or lease one. So Friday, we will be deeping into what is the HRA? How can I house people and not have a house, right? If you've ever had a dream to house the homeless or the displaced or to start your own housing program, but the barrier for you was actually getting the real estate to do it in, we got something that's almost even better for you. And it's called the HRA, Business in a Box. The HRA allows you to be a housing referral agency to where you still can house the homeless and the displaced and start a housing program, but it doesn't require the real estate. You don't have to buy it, lease it, or rent it. You're going to leverage other people that actually have the real estate and then make a referral fee. So we want to give you more information about that. We have a 14-minute free webinar that breaks the HRA down. So no more an excuse of not having the house to do it or not being able to buy or rent or lease a house. Because if God is putting your heart to start this program, start it. So step number one, get an LLC and brand it, right? Step number two, start getting the word out about who you are and what you do and that you offer housing. And again, after watching the HRA webinar, consider the HRA Business in the Box, because in that will be everything that you need to start your own housing program, and you never actually need the property. We're going to teach you how to leverage other people to still make your dreams come true. So the HRA Business in the Box is only $19.97. Check it out. Also bring your questions here to YouTube so that we can answer it for you. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, wherever you catch us at. But don't forget, the HRA stands for Housing Referral Agency, and you don't need the property to still make an impact in your community. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. So again, don't forget to join, especially the Brown family. You guys are new to us. So all of you all 9 of you all, right? Join that ILF Academy, and then we'll see you guys in there Friday at 7 p.m. We're going to go live in the ILF Academy, and bring your questions, right? I think I put a post out today that we're going live there inside of the Academy, and let me know what you want me to cover. So again, go to the ILF Academy on Facebook, absolutely free group. Go ahead and join it. Introduce yourself, where you're from, and also what you're looking to learn while you're in this group, because that'll help me cater the coaching to you guys in terms of what you want. I always like to cater to you guys in terms of what you want to know versus just me blabbering for 2 hours. Now, obviously, I'm always going to have things that I want you to know from me, but obviously the coaching is surrounded by what do you need from me, right? So I love to cater to you guys in terms of where you live at, the area, and all of that stuff. So again, the ILF Academy, join it, absolutely free, and we'll see you guys this Friday at 7 p.m. And then I want to jump back over to something I want to share with the Moore family. They have 9 people that are watching us on a big screen TV, and they were asking me, well, Derek, what are the factors? Why do these people need us? Why they can't go get their own apartment? What brings them to being homeless to what they call a social worker that needs us? Simply like this, Moore family, when you guys start this, the reason most of your people are going to come to you and need this ILF model, right, that actually looks like this, because you guys are just joining us, right? So this model right here, the reason they need this model is because of usually these 4 things. Now, it can branch off from anywhere from these 4, but most of the time, the contributing factors that causes somebody to be homeless and to need an ILF is poverty. Just downright homelessness and poverty are inextricably linked. That's a big word, right? If you are poor, you are essentially an illness, an accident, or a paycheck away from living on the streets. Now, don't raise your hand and don't put it in the chat, but some of us can't afford to miss our next paycheck. Some of us can't afford definitely to miss 2 of them. And the average American, I'll say that again because I almost screwed it up. The average American can't afford to miss 3 paychecks in a row without being on the street. Don't raise your hand and don't put it in the chat. Just swallow that one. But this is why, ladies and gentlemen, ILFs are needed, because strictly just straight up poverty. Declining wages often leads to poverty, Miss Joanne, because Joanne's probably thinking, well, how do they get to poverty? Declining wages, addiction disorders. Low-wage workers have been particularly left behind as the disparity between rich and poor continues to widen. In turn, declining wages have put houses out of reach for many U.S. workers. How many of you are on a job right now to where your job pay is not increasing, but your monthly wages for his housing is going up, groceries going up, the gas is going up, but your pay is staying the same? Declining wages, guys, can lead to poverty. Watch this. Some people get depressed when those wages get declined. They start using addiction disorders. They start using marijuana, alcohol, cocaine, methamphetamines, heroin. Some people don't know how to cope like we do, ladies and gentlemen. So thank God to have the mind of Christ, first of all. But addiction disorders can take over their mental, and now they don't have the sense enough to pay their bills on time. So now they're homeless on the street, not because of an addiction disorder. Many people who are addicted to alcohol and drugs become homeless, but people who are poor and addicted are clearly at risk of homelessness. They go together, y'all. Addiction disorders and homelessness, they go together. I dare you to go to anywhere where you see a bunch of homeless people where they congregate. If it's not at a church, they're using drugs usually. Drug activity is involved in them hanging out. And the biggest one for me, guys, that I used to see all the time as a social worker is mental illness, the bipolar disorder, the schizophrenia, the schizoaffective disorder, the anxiety that's not treated. Many mental ill people are unable to obtain access to supportive housing and or other treatment services. The mental support services most needed included case management, housing, and treatment. So, guys, when you got a mental illness, it's hard to understand that you should be paying your rent first versus going to buy the drug or the other things that sometimes people frivolously just spend their money on, having bad spending habits. Sometimes, guys, another one could be here, bad spending habits. That's a major clue for somebody that's suffering from bipolar disorder. They'll buy things at the drop of a hat. Spending habits, spending sprees. That's bipolar disorder, guys, at its finest at times. Not saying you got that if you bought something last week and didn't think about it twice. But I'm saying if there's a habitual habit of you spending unnecessary money, which puts your roof over your head at risk, there may be some bipolar disorder there because you're not making sound decisions. You're irrational. Okay? So one more time for the Brown family. These are the things that lead people to be homeless. Poverty, declining wages, addiction disorders, and the one where I worked at for many years was in a mental health hospital. Depression, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and the list goes on and on and on. Because sometimes when you're not medication compliant and taking the meds, you're going to get off mentally. That's why one of our major rules to live in one of our ILFs, to be able to live in this place right here on screen, you must be medication compliant. Meaning you must take your medications every day without fail. Because if you do, that's going to keep you mentally stable. If you don't, you're going to get off on me mentally. Does that make sense, everybody? To live in an independent living facility, one of my major rules, in fact, rule number 1, take your medications every day, all the time, without missing a dose. Because if you do that, you're going to ensure us and my program that you're mentally stable and that you can make it here. Hey, what's going on, family? Just to let you know really quick, everything that you're listening to right now, I actually have it in a more structured way in a webinar. So when you guys get done here, go to forstonconsultants.com, click the tab that says webinars, and there's 2 webinars there. One is for you to be the actual ILF operator, meaning that you want to do it. And then the other one is the HRA. That stands for Housing Referral Agency, where you're able to take people from homeless to hopeful, and you actually don't need the real estate. It stands for Housing Referral Agency, and we call it a business in a box. But definitely go to forstonconsultants.com, watch both of those webinars, then set up a free strategy call with me and my team, and let's see how we can get you started. Back to the show. So again, thank y'all so much. Again, I appreciate it, man. So again, June 21st and 22nd, don't meet me there, beat me there. Go ahead and book your ticket. And don't forget, after you get your ticket, guys, let us know, or we'll see it. Then we're going to send you guys the link to book the hotel because we want you guys to get the discounted rate. We got a room block. In fact, we had to extend it already because I think started out with like a really small number. I think we chose 20. That's done already. So we got to widen that thing open and put more in there. But definitely go ahead and buy your tickets at ilfconference.com. And again, just an opportunity to be able to change your life, change the lives of other people, right? Through real estate, through social services. And the most important thing, that if you just joined us, this does not require a license. This does not require a license. This does not require a license, no matter what somebody told you, right? So a traditional group home needs a license. We don't. A traditional ALF needs a license. We don't. Adult daycare needs a license. The ILF model does not. Okay? So whether you want to call it an ILF, whether you want to call it shared living, co-living, doesn't matter to us. You need to understand that this does not require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Because remember, guys, this is what stops most people from actually getting into it. Okay? So with that being said, I don't think I seen any questions. I'm going to check the chat just real quick. But then that's pretty much it for today, guys. You know what I mean? So hopefully that we were able to say something that, touched your heart, touched your soul, touched your brain, and hopefully touched your wallet so that you can book the ticket, because we want to see you June 21st, right? Again, this is not about us. We already do this. We want you guys to be involved in this, right? We want you guys to take your city by storm, okay? So any questions or concerns right before I get out of here and pray you guys out of here? I just want to make sure that I was able to answer any questions that you guys may have. And just know that, again, this does not require a license. These are called independent living facilities. And our conference is absolutely June 21st and 22nd for the VIP folks. The VIP and the elite ticket members, we'll see you day 2. If you're general admission, we'll see you day 1. We're going to feed you good. We're going to give you a lot of information. But if you're VIP, we'll see you actually for day 2 for the actual tour of a live independent living facility. As I said earlier, we're going live in the ILF Academy Facebook group Friday at 7 p.m. Again, if you haven't joined that yet, I want to see you guys over there. I'm surprised at how many people have already kind of joined that group because we haven't advertised it, right? The only time that I talk about it is on the YouTube channel, but just post it on like Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram. We haven't really done that. I wanted to kind of make it intimate in the beginning, but it's kind of getting up there in numbers. So, but I want a lot of newer people in it, no matter. But if your level's at a rookie or a veteran, I want you in it. But I really want the new people that are just meeting us for like the first time, and they have no clue what this is. Because most people that have heard of starting a group home, when they meet us, they're like, wow, so we can do what you do and we don't need a license? Absolutely not. So for the Moore family, this is kind of what we saw in the beginning: nasty, unsafe, improper accommodations, unsanitary. I saw a lady making 41 grand a month, Moore family, doing this, and she was housing people in rats and roaches and in squalor. A lot of kind of what you see on this screen. We show you guys how to turn that into something that looks like this. Very simple. So that when you do start this, you become a no-brainer to the social worker, a no-brainer to the case manager, and you become what we would call a preferred vendor. Okay. How many of you will want to become a preferred vendor where you live at? Right? Put a number 7 in the chat if you would want to become a preferred vendor where you live at, meaning that when social workers and case managers are looking for a nice, clean place to live at, they're looking for you. Put a number 7 in the chat if you want that to be you, to when they call people, you're the first on that list. Hey, what's going on, family? I'm super excited because June 21st and 22nd is the 2024 ILF conference. That's right. We're super excited because it's in Orlando, Florida this year. So guys, if you ever thought about starting your own housing program, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the event for you. If you're a real estate investor and you're looking for a better way to serve people and actually make more money and also have a bigger impact in your community, this event is exactly what this is. 2024, the ILF conference, guys, is going to show you how we take people from homeless to hopeful and it not be a group home or an assisted living facility. We're going to teach you guys how we start unlicensed group homes, which we've trademarked independent living facility. And again, you guys are going to visit ForstonConsultants.com for more information, but you're definitely going to visit ILFconference.com to get the information for the June event. There'll be a general admission ticket. We got some VIP tickets, and we have 15 elite tickets for people that want a little bit extra just versus being at the event. That comes with also a one-day mastermind and a lot of other stuff. But definitely go and check out ILFconference.com for more information. And don't meet me there, beat me there. All right, good stuff, good stuff. And also for the person that asked about that ICC, that's actually 1 day left for the ICC, right? So a lot of people don't know about it because that's another product that we didn't per se advertise. We only kind of handpicked a few people and we talked about it on YouTube. So again, the ICC stands for ILF Cohort Collective. And that's actually a one-time thing to where we just chose 10 people or choosing 10 people. And tomorrow's the last day. So we're choosing 10 people to be a part of a really special group, right? And to make a long story short, it's the same product as our ILF Mastery Blueprint one-on-one coaching. The only thing that's not involved is the accounting services from Lynette, my personal and business accountant, and you don't get the one-on-one coaching. No. Wait. No, I'm mixing that one up. That's the DIY. The ICC, you actually get the one-on-one coaching and the group coaching. The only thing you don't get with the ICC, guys, is Lynette, the business maven, which is my accountant. So if you know us by now, ILF Mastery Blueprint, which is always around, right? That involves my accountant. I don't ask you to get accounting services. I give it to you, right? So just to make sure that everybody understands it, right? The ILF Mastery Blueprint, which is our one-on-one coaching that involves everything, every book, every curriculum, every course. We build your website. We give you a virtual assistant and you get Lynette and the one-on-one coaching. But the ICC is only for 6 months. I'm only taking 10 people, and it's the same as the ILF Mastery Blueprint. It involves group coaching, One-on-one coaching is actually going really well already because it started May 1st. But I gave people 2 weeks inside of May to still get it. So, guys, I'm telling you, if you haven't got this, please make sure you get it by tomorrow. Because please don't call me like the next day or the next day. Say, well, Derek, I was going to get it. Is it still time? I'm going to tell you, sorry, I can't, right? Because it's only for 6 months. It's for 10 people, and that was done. I'll never offer that again. Once that product is actually over, guys, that'll be an $8,000 product once we finish it and rebrand it. I'm allowing 10 people to get it at the development price. Basically is what that is, y'all. So you get my personal phone number. We're going to do some group coaching. We're going to do some individual coaching and a lot of other stuff that I don't even talk about, which is one of them is that in this group of these 10 people, I'm going to be grading them. They're not going to know how they're graded, but I'm going to be grading them on certain things. And the person that does the best at the end of the 6 months, I'm also paying their rent or their mortgage for the first month. That's on me. So that's a big incentive, right? So not only do you get our $15,000 product for only $2,700, I'm also going to pay your rent or your mortgage if you buy the place for your first month if you end up being the winner out of these 10 people. So does everybody get that? Because I don't want to leave here and nobody gets it and wants a big explanation because tomorrow's the last day. So by 6 p.m. tomorrow, if you've not purchased the ICC and you wanted it, your next choice is either the do-it-yourself version or the ILF Mastery Blueprint one-on-one coaching. Because the ICC will not go past tomorrow, past what I think I just said, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock? So again, if it's 7 o'clock, that will not be available. If you try to purchase it, it won't even go through. So please, guys, somebody always does that to me when we throw a crazy sale. Somebody will come the next day, be like, well, Derek, I applied for financing and then came through yet. Well, that's one thing that will save you. If you've applied for the financing and we can see it and it's already in our system, because one lady did do that. Her initials is S, I think N. So if you're in here and your initials is SN, you've been approved for the financing already. I understand that it takes time to get it, so you're good. But anybody else, that's over with after tomorrow, never to be offered again. So if that's you and you want the ICC, the ILF Cohort Collective, a special group of 10 people for 6 months, you get group coaching, one-on-one coaching. I'm going to build your website. You're going to get a virtual assistant. You get every course, every curriculum, and every ebook that I've ever written, including the newest one that ain't even out yet. The 12 dumbest mistakes I ever made. When that one comes out, you get that one again, complimentary. So you get everything. The only thing that you're not getting is the Lynette Green, my accountant. The accounting services is not involved in this ICC. That's the only thing. So somebody asked yesterday, what is the difference between the two? The only thing that you don't get Lynette. But if you want Lynette on the side, she's an upgrade, actually. So somebody's done that already, actually. But what I'm offering is just the ICC, 6 weeks. You get all of that stuff. Remove the 15 grand price. Remove the 7,500 at the scholarship price for only $2,700, ladies and gentlemen. You guys can absolutely get that. Okay. The other thing is that whole DIY thing to do it yourself. And don't forget, also any premium product purchase, meaning if you buy this ICC, I'll see you in June for free. You don't even pay for it. So don't forget that. One more time, the ICC, the HRA, the DIY, and the IMB. That's a lot of letters, right? You purchase any of those and you come to the June event, absolutely complimentary. So I want to make sure that everybody understood that too. So last check for questions, and I'm going to get you guys out of here. Let me see. I don't see. Let me see. I see what Joanne and Qatar was talking about when I was talking about it. I wanted the prayer to be for Qatar to, write a $15,000 check with no problem. I see y'all was having fun with that. Joanne said special attire for the dinner. I would say don't be too casual because it's gonna be a nice place, but you don't have to get all decked out. But Joanne, from what I see on your Instagram, you always dressed up, so you're gonna be just fine. But yeah, no specific dress code, but I'll let Shay re-answer that on tomorrow. But I'm gonna just say not super casual, not just your jeans and your tennis shoes. It's gonna be at a nice place, right? So just look nice, right? And we're gonna take pictures. So yeah, not too relaxed. We want you guys to present well and look nice because it's a nice dinner for your elite members. I want you guys to look nice, okay? Let's see. Any more questions? Guys, if you got a question, type it before I go. I'm going all the way to the top just to make sure I don't miss anything. And thank you for the one that typed in the questions as well, just through the regular DFS system. I answered those earlier during the session. And I'm almost at the bottom, guys. Give me just a second. I think that's it. Joanne says, can't wait to see you all. Sounds good, Derek. Good stuff, Miss Joanne. I'm excited to see Joanne, Angela, Janine, like all of you all, Tiffany, Katara. A lot of you guys have already bought your ticket. I don't want to start calling names yet, but let me see who else is here. Janine says, now that's a blessing to be able to do that. And she was talking about when the lady sponsored those 15 people. Absolutely. Katara was like, yep, I was one of those chosen ones. Sure was. Let's see. Big shout out to Ken and Rita. They just got another client. You guys are killing it. Ken and Rita had been under our coaching for less than, I think, 6 weeks by the time they got that house. From my understanding, if Ken is still here, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys have 4 clients now, I think. So she's already looking for her house number 2. So that's what it means when we say move at the speed of instruction. Rita them is a great example of what this looks like as long as you do everything that we kind of tell you to do, meaning follow the recipe. Don't start putting your own cayenne pepper and your own spices in it in the beginning. Follow our recipe to the T. And then once you got it, you can add your own Creole sauce. You can add your hot peppers from Jamaica. You can bring all of that other stuff, all the chopped up bell peppers and onions. You can do all that other stuff after you've mastered our original recipe. But don't add nothing in the beginning. Don't add your vanilla extract. Don't add that extra tablespoon of sugar. None of that stuff. Follow us to the T. And then when you get it like Joanne, when you get it like Katara, when you get it like Tiffany, all of these ones that just get it and they do well now, man, you can add your own ketchup, your own mustard, your own mayo, all of that stuff then, because now you mastered the art of the foundation of it. Does that make sense, everybody? Okay? So again, man, thank y'all so much. I'm going to get y'all out of here. I'm about 8 minutes over. ILFconference.com. Don't forget, buy your ticket. We would super appreciate it, but even more so, your family would probably appreciate it. So again, join the free Facebook group, the ILF Academy. And also, if 10 people can share this room to their personal page or their business page, get this word out to more people, guys. And also, don't forget to get your affiliate link. So anybody that wants to be affiliate of the ILF event, you go to ilfconference.com/affiliate. If you want to be an affiliate of our ILF Mastery Blueprint, any of our coaching, guys, you can be an affiliate of almost everything that we have. So in other words, get the word out, ladies and gentlemen, right? ilfconference.com/affiliate. June 21st and 22nd, Orlando, Florida. Registration starts at 9 a.m. in the morning. Day 2 is for VIP and elite members only. Rita just put, yay, only 3 beds left. God is good. And guys, that's what it looks like, especially when you're turning your laptop last Thursday, if I'm saying it right, Rita. Rita turned her laptop, guys, last week. She does this full time now. Yay, only 3 beds left. God is good. The coaching is excellent. And what I told Rita, and I say this to a lot of you all, when you move at the speed of instruction, do what you're kind of told and asked to do, you guys not only look genius, y'all make us look genius. But I'm quick to tell people, I'm no genius. We just saw a bad thing and we changed it. We saw Lady Housing people in rats and roaches making 41 grand a month, and we said, why not us? But why not do it the right way? And Rita and Ken, you guys are well on your way, because in less than 7 weeks, you guys got a house and you only got 3 beds left. Lord have mercy. That's good stuff, man. I tell y'all what, man, you guys have a great night. Thank y'all so much for being here. We super appreciate it. We would hope that you would join us tomorrow at 6 p.m. Tuesday, right here again on YouTube, where we'll be talking about virtual assistants, the software system that runs every business that we have, including our ILF. And how do you merge the two together? The VA, the system, and the coaching, so that maybe you can start another business or your second business or your third business. We want to show you how to automate this with the system, with your virtual assistants, and of course the coaching, like what Miss Rita just told you guys. Okay, so you guys be great. Don't wait to be great. And I'm going to pray y'all out of here. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that he can ever ask, that we could ever ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. You guys be great. Don't wait to be great. And we'll see you guys tomorrow in this room, 6 p.m. So Dennis, in this independent living facility model, right, which y'all call ILFs, what kind of residents can I house in this kind of model? David, that's a great question. And that's actually what makes the ILF model so great, is because it's flexible. So prime example, you can house military veterans, elderly adults, women that are escaping domestic violence, and the list goes on and on and on. So Dennis, where do you get your residents from? I see you guys on TikTok and Facebook, you guys getting all of these houses. Like, where in the world are you getting these people from? Yeah, that's actually pretty easy. Forston Consultants teaches us to use social media such as Instagram, Facebook to let people know who we are, what we do, but probably most importantly, who do we serve? And we do that very consistently. So every day, 7 days a week, there's something being posted about what we do and who we serve, but also building relationships with social workers and case managers. Again, letting them know who we are, what we do, and most importantly with them, that we're available. Dennis, how in the world are you able to do this without a license, bro? David, remember the reason why we don't need a license, because remember, the clients that we serve, they're independent. So that means that they can take their own medications, they can provide their own transportation, and they can cook and provide their own food. Dennis, man, you seem to know a lot about this independent living stuff, man. How do you know so much? Well, first of all, I graduated from Forston Consultants University, and I have a master's degree in independent living facilities. And I join the Forston crew every Monday on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern. They go live, and that guy Derek, man, he give the game away. So I'm always there. So Dennis, what in the world are the requirements to get started with something like this? The only requirement for this, David, is a big heart for God, his people, and the love for real estate. That's it. Hey, what's going on, family? I'm super excited because June 21st and 22nd is the 2024 ILF conference. That's right. We're super excited because it's in Orlando, Florida this year. So guys, if you ever thought about starting your own housing program, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the event for you. If you're a real estate investor and you're looking for a better way to serve people and actually make more money and also have a bigger impact in your community, this event is exactly what this is. 2024, the ILF conference, guys, is going to show you how we take people from homeless to hopeful and it not be a group home or an assisted living facility. We're going to teach you guys how we start unlicensed group homes, which we've trademarked independent living facility. And again, you guys are going to visit forstonconsultants.com for more information, but you're definitely going to visit ilfconference.com to get the information for the June event. There'll be a general admission ticket. We got some VIP tickets, and we have 15 elite tickets for people that want a little bit extra just versus being at the event. That comes with also a one-day mastermind and a lot of other stuff. But definitely go and check out ilfconference.com for more information. And don't meet me there, beat me there.